Howdy-do, everybody. My name is Devin, and I'm doing an experiment. I'm going to be recording and playing a solo RPG of iHunt, well, actually continuing the one that I already started. And I'm going to be doing it on video this time, so we'll see if I enjoy doing it, how it works, how it looks and sounds, and we'll go from there. So first I want to review what's gone on in the solo game first. First off, this was inspired by the Dia de los Muertos zine that came out from Machine Age Productions on their Patreon. I believe it's available online at DriveThru, RPG, and Itch.io. I'll put links to those so you can take a look at them. But the setup of the solo game was that I was playing myself. After an event happened in work and I ended up losing my job and then got blacklisted and wasn't able to find another job. So I turned to this app iHunt where clients post monsters that need to be killed, and then the gig workers, the iHunters, go out and they kill those monsters. So I became one of those iHunters. And as you can see here, my name is Devin. My kink, which is style of hunter, is knight. And my high concept was a gamer dad who's been around, because that's what I am. And I played through a couple of missions. I have my first kill here in my scrapbook, and then I have the haunted house here in the next one. And I just kind of want to review what happened. And I put this all up on a web page, but decided I didn't like the way it looked, and it was just too much work or whatever. Became uninfatuated with it. So the very first one was a zombie. I had to go and kill a zombie and recover something from a disgruntled rich ex-boyfriend. And the next one, there was supposedly a ghost haunting a beehive farm. So I went and I thought I dealt with it, but things happened in the game and it turns out I didn't, and the ghost followed me home and kicked me and my son out of our home. And that's where it ended. So I am now homeless and trying to figure out what to do in a borrowed car with my son, and we have nowhere to live. Of course, this is not reality. This is just what happened in the game, and I'm kind of curious to see what is going to come of it. As you can see, there was a lot of text for both the games. So the very first thing. So I don't have any game-wide aspects going on. And I actually don't have anything on the Jamboard here, but this is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Jamboard. And then, okay, so first off, what I need to do is I really need to figure out what's going to happen in this one. Except I already know that I'm not going to be pulling a job because I'm homeless. And I need to try and figure out what's going on. So the tools I use when I play solo RPGs are, obviously, I use the system and the dice for that system. So I'm going to be pulling out my handy-dandy dice box, where I have got all of my dice, including my fate dice. And I will be rolling, let's do the black fate dice for today. Just for funsies. And then I also use, if I can find them, Roy Story Cubes. Now there are a bunch of oracles that you can use to try and generate events that happen and randomly generate those. But I really like dice. It's one of the reasons why I like role-playing games. And these Roy Story Cubes are a fantastic addition to my gaming, especially solo gaming. And I like to roll these guys to generate random events. You can see that each side of the die has a picture on it, and there are 9 different dice. So when I need something to happen, I randomly grab one of those dice, roll it, and see what image comes up. And then that is what happens in the story. Okay, so we're back at the game. First off, I really don't know what's going to be happening at the start of this session, so we're going to dive right into one of the story cubes. I'm just going to turn my head and grab a die, roll it, And I get an alien face. Oh boy. I don't know what that's going to be, but we'll see. So I am going to go ahead and start this session by saying that my son and I went and we crashed at a friend's house. Friend's name is Tony, and he's really cool. He's a great guy, and he would totally believe if I showed up at his house with my son in the middle of the night and said, or actually it was early morning, if I showed up early morning and said, "Hey, a ghost just haunted our house. We have nowhere to go. Can we stay with you?" And he would totally let us. So we're going to make a blue aspect for the situation. What should I call it? Couch surfing at Tony's for fun. All right, so we have that aspect going on here. Let's get some text and label these areas. Situation. And then we got couch surfing at Tony's. Okay. Let's go ahead and name the jam, right? iHunt solo actual Actupa play. I think there's supposed to be a hashtag in front of iHunt, so we'll do that. Perfect. Okay, so that's our first situation aspect, couch surfing at Tony's. And we've got an alien face, and let's see what that means. Alien's usually someone strange, could be out of place. Let's get another die, see if that sparks some more ideas. And have an airplane. So, perhaps Tony gets a strange visitor. So we'll say that Tony's been doing some online dating, and this strange girl that he messaged maybe once, or maybe that messaged him and he didn't message her back. I like that better. So the strange woman who messaged him and he didn't respond just shows up at his door. So there's a ding dong. He opens the door, and holy shit, there's this beautiful woman that messaged him, but for whatever reason he didn't message back. Maybe he didn't have time, standing there at his doorstep. And so he invites her in and starts chit-chatting with her. And that's a weird situation. Me, as the player character, I've obviously heard about this woman. Maybe he was thinking about messaging her, but didn't know what to say, didn't want to fuck it up. I like that. I think that's what's going on. So, yeah, this is really, really, really fucking weird that she would just show up. They've never messaged, they've never spoken. He has never told her where he lives. So what is she doing here? So, of course, me being the PC, I'm going to have to step in and I'm going to have to try and figure out what's going on. So I'll step up and introduce myself and my son and say, so, where are you from? That must have been a long way to come. And I'm going to have to roll a die here to see if I get any information out of her, or a die roll. This is probably socialite. Let me see. Yeah, this is definitely a socialite roll, which I have at 0. And we are going to say that her difficulty, I need to get mine. This is a wonderful book, Fate Condensed. I bought it and I read it after Christmas, and it is a fantastic rendering of the Fate system. So I just need to find the ladder here. Here we are. Ooh, I don't know what she is, but I'm going to say she probably has good or great socialite. I don't know. +3 or +4. She's really good, whatever she is. So we'll roll a single fate die. If it's plus, it's great. If it's minus, it's good. If it's minus or blank, it's plus. So it's great. So she has great socialites. So, yikers. I guess she's going to be rolling against me. Or no, her skill is going to be my opposition. Holy crap. Okay. So I got three pluses and a minus, so that gives me a +2 on the roll. So I need to tap or invoke an aspect just to equal her rating. Well, I can do my day job aspect, pleasant and proficient car appraiser, right here. Not that one, just this one. So yeah, I'll invoke that one and I will tie, and I'm going to, which means I succeeded a minor cost. And what'll be my minor cost? I think my minor cost is probably that I turn on the charm a little bit too much, and so Tony is a little, maybe not upset, but he's a little off put. So we'll make that into an aspect because aspects are fun. Pink because it has to do with romance. Tony, I guess I should click the box. Tony is uneasy. Got another situation aspect going on there. That is a bummer. And I know that the rules wouldn't really create an aspect like that, but it totally makes sense in this situation for there to be an aspect. I'm not putting any invokes on it, free invokes. Maybe I should have rolled a create advantage roll instead of an overcome. I do that too often, get in the mindset of old other games, traditional gaming. So anyway, we've got Tony's uneasy as an aspect on the scene with no invokes on it. So I tie, I succeed. There's the cost. She's totally in this. She's here for something, and it's not a good thing. But because Tony is uneasy, I don't really feel like I can say anything about that right now. So what does Tony do? He could, this puts a big damper on our situation. And because if he's going to have a woman here, staying here with him in a romantic way, then my son and I's position is strange. So that's going to, I'm just going to go ahead and I think I'm going to compel, because this is a perfect thing. I'm going to compel Tony is uneasy, and offer myself a compel. So that would be giving myself a fate point, which I will take because it makes the story more dramatic and interesting. And I'm going to, let's see, what's the compel? I should probably figure that out before I take it. So the compel is going to be, hey, Tony's uneasy, so we can't stay here. We're going to have to find somewhere else to go. Okay, all right, man. You're my friend. I guess this is a great opportunity for you. So enjoy. And we'll pack up all our stuff and we'll leave. And we got to find somewhere else to go now. So couch surfing at Tony's is gone. Tony's still uneasy, though. I'm going to leave that one there. And now we're homeless again. So I'm going to go ahead and create an aspect on that. Devin and Co. are homeless. That sucks. I hate being homeless. Personally, I've never actually been homeless, but it's a scary proposition. I don't want to be in that situation, and I feel for people who are. Oh, I can do extra frames. How awesome is that? I didn't know that. All right, so we've got a weird, iffy situation that's going on. So I don't know if I have any other friends that would take us in. Got another friend. We'll call him K. And he's got a few kids that are a little bit younger than my son. They don't really have a big house, so that might be rough. But I'll call him anyway. Give him a call and say, hey man, I don't know if you heard, my son and I got kicked out of our house. The house got haunted. I don't know if you heard I was doing that iHunt thing. It's totally real, man. It's real. I swear. I took care of a zombie, and this ghost I went and I thought I took care of just kicked me and my son out of our house, and so now we're homeless. We don't have anywhere to be. Can we crash with you for a while I figure this situation out? We need someplace to be, and it's gonna require a roll, because of course it is. Horrible ghost house guest. That is the worst. Okay, so this is definitely going to be a influencer, which I have at 0, because I'm great with the social skills. I thought I had a social skill higher, but I guess I switched it out for something else. Okay, so I'm going to take my fate dice, and I'm going to roll them. And I'm going to be rolling to create an aspect. And the aspect I'm trying to go for is, it's going to be something along the lines of gracious host, so that he'll let us stay at his place. And he's going to be rolling, or no, he's not. He's not a named NPC or a statted NPC, so I'm just going to be going with the latter. And I think this is probably, I would say normally it would be just a fair difficulty because we're good friends. But because their house is already so full, I'm going to bump it up another 2. So it'll be a difficulty of 3. That was a crappy roll. That die is cocked. Let's see what it is. I got a full 0 on it. So if I were to invoke a couple aspects, so I have 4 fate points. I will go ahead and got a 0 on the die. I need to invoke 2 aspects here. What can I do? I don't know that I have any aspects that really. Gamer Death spin around, because we're both gamers. That's what we do together. So that brings me up to a +2. And now I need. I'm going to invoke the horrible ghost house guest. That we have a ghost in our house, and so we can't live there. So that brings me up to a 4. And so that is going to create the aspect of K is a gracious host. Make it green, just because colors are fun. Okay, so he allows us to go hang out with them for a while. And so we go and we get situated. And I already kind of set out that I'm pretty broke. So it's not like I have a lot of money in game to help out with expenses. So this is going to get awkward real fast if I don't figure out what to do with this ghost in my house. Okay, where we left off, I had just found a spot for myself and my son to live at Kay's house. And actually, looking at the situation aspects here, I do think Tony is uneasy, is probably not needed anymore, because Tony has forgotten about us, and it was just a situation aspect. So maybe it'll come up later if someone creates it again, but for right now, I don't think it's needed. So we are now at Kay's house, staying there, and I need to do something about the ghost in my house. But I also need to do something about that creepy woman that arrived at my friend's house. So that's kind of questioning which problem I should tackle first here. So let's take a look at the character sheet and see if that gives me any ideas of which one PC Devin would take care of. Honestly, man, It's not great. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to GM me is going to offer player me a compel on looking for my true purpose, because I mean we're only as good as the relationships we form, maybe. So I'll take another one of these dice that I'm using as fate points and give that to myself. So I'm going to be ignoring the problem with my house right now, which could become a problem if we end up having to stay at Kay's house a lot longer than I want to or than we should. So I'm going to have to deal with this situation with Tony, and that NPC was created on the fly. So I have no idea what weirdness is going on with them. So I should probably find that out. And first off, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go online using my phone, or yeah, probably my phone, because I don't think I have a laptop at Kay's house with me. And I'm going to be trying to look at Tony's internet dating profile and to figure out who this strange woman is. So looking at the information or the skills I've got, that's probably going to be an academic thing because I'm not really doing hacker stuff. I'm just going to, or it might be investigator. Let's take a look at the skills in the book and see which one would probably fit better. No, I just want one page. Thank you. Okay, academic does what I think it does. Let's take a look at investigator. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be an investigator role. So I will go ahead and roll investigator, which is one of my better skills. I have that one at a +3. And I think this NPC will go ahead and keep the great difficulty for them to try and find some more information about them. So what I'm going to be trying to do is create an aspect to understand a little bit about who they are and what they are even. And I'm going to go ahead and have them roll against me because they're going to be defending. So I'll grab a set of fate dice for them. So they're rolling with a +4. I'm rolling with a +3. Let's go ahead and set the defense and see where they're at. They got a 0 on the dice, so they are at a +4. And then I'm going to go ahead and roll my dice. I got a 0 on the dice as well, so I am at a +3. I really want to try and figure out what's going on with them, so I am going to... I want to try and invoke an aspect, but I don't have one on the board here or on my character sheet that really fits. Not that I can think of anyway. Although, I do think I'm going to invoke Pleasant Proficient Car Damage Appraiser because I work in the insurance industry. That naturally makes me a little skeptical, a little... what's the word? A little jaded, maybe. I rarely take people at face value. So I'm going to be doing some digging. I spend that fate point, and that gives me a +5 versus their +4. So I am going to learn something. What I think makes the most sense is that this person doesn't exist beyond what's on this dating website. So that's kind of scary. And I'll go ahead and I'll make an aspect here. I don't have a name for her. We should probably come up with a name. I don't have a name for her right now. We'll call her Strange Woman Doesn't Exist. Except, of course, she does. She's right there. But yeah, her dating profile has no connections to anything else, and so it appears that she doesn't exist, which is kind of scary. So I think what I will do then is I'm going to try and get my friend Tony away from her. See if I can give him a call and convince him to meet me somewhere where she's not. And then we can have a chit chat, and I can try and convince him that something's off with her, that she's not quite what she seems to be. So I'll give him a call. Oh, I don't even know if he's going to answer the phone. He might be a little busy, if you know what I mean. If I get a plus on this die, he'll answer. I got a plus. Wow, that's really lucky. My fate dice usually treat me very much more poorly than that. Okay, so my friend Tony will answer, and I will say, "Hey, man, there's something about that woman that showed up today. I don't trust it. Can we meet somewhere? Can we chit chat?" And I probably shouldn't have opened with that, but I already did it. So, can we meet somewhere and talk about it? And I'm gonna have to make a roll to see if he is up to that. It's probably gonna be an influencer because I'm trying to get him to do something. And I'll just set his difficulty at +1 because he's a buddy. But this is an odd situation. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just leave it at +1. And I'll make some rolls, or make a roll. And I got a -1 on the die, so I have to invoke an aspect even to just tie. But I think what's going to happen is that it's just going to fail. I don't have to succeed every time, right? Failure is good, and it'll advance the story. I was trying an overcome, wasn't I? I didn't specify what action I was trying. I should have. And I should be using a lot more create advantages than overcomes, because overcomes are kind of a boring action type. So I'm going to succeed at a major cost, and we'll call it that I was doing a create advantage, and it'll be Tony's willing to listen. Tony, willing listener. But what's going to happen is that my major cost is that he's going to bring this strange woman along, which is not great. And I think we're going to have to stat up this strange woman here. Strange woman. And she is going to be... What kind of major aspect or what high concept would she have, do you think? I need to make it bigger. Oh, I can't make it bigger. That's a bummer. I don't know how to use this. I've never used it before. Oh, okay. I can do that. I'm just going to have to say she's a succubus, because why not? Succubus in sheep's clothing. In sheep's clothing. And then her problem is that always hungry. And what's she good at? She's good at seduction. +3. Well, I already said she's a +4, so we'll have it at a +4. She's also good at convincing. Well, I'll have that one at a +3. And what's she bad at? She's probably bad at... lying. It sounds like convincing. Physical combat. She's not a physical combat person. And then she's going to have how many stress boxes? Just the 3 that everyone has. Why is the text so big? I wish I could make it smaller. Edit. I am editing it. Okay. Whoops. Ah. Okay, that's really big. I don't know why it needs to be that big, but oh well. Pen. I guess I can write, but that's not good. Okay, so I convinced Tony to come meet me somewhere. And we'll say it's a park because it's Vegas. There are a lot of parks and the weather's always pretty good, especially right now. It's winter time, which means that all you need is a light jacket. And we'll go and we'll meet. I obviously leave my son at Kay's house because that's taking him into that kind of situation is not great. So I show up and there's Tony. And he says right off the bat, hey, you've got something to say. You can say it in front of her. She seems like she's a wonderful person. He doesn't say seems, because I think that he's already been convinced. And I just got to say, man, something doesn't add up about her. Look at this. Look at what I found. She doesn't exist outside of this. And it's going to have to be a role. I don't know what social worker does. Yeah, I don't think social worker is going to be this role. It's going to be influencer again because I'm trying to convince him to do something or about something. Yeah, he's got to believe me. And this is going to be straight up combat. So I'm going to attack him. With my influencer, which is a 0. Yes, influencer is a 0. Hooray. And his defense is probably at a 3. That was a crappy roll. I got a -2. See, now my fake dice are treating me poorly, like they normally do. So I'm at a -2, which means there's no way I can hit a 5, which means it's a failed attack. I could use Strange Woman doesn't exist, but it's not going to do anything for me. Oh, I guess I should have him roll, huh? He's defending. That's a 0. So he's at a 3. Okay, and then I think Miss Strange Woman, Succubus in Sheep's Clothing, jumps in, and she's going to go on the attack. And she's going to try and convince me that she's there. She's not going anywhere, and she only has his best interests at heart. And this is definitely going to be an attack. Oh, crap. She got 3 pluses. +3. She's at a 6. Okay, so what is my defense skill? The skill list. All right. Grifter. Socialite. Social worker. Oh, that's weird. The skill list says that you can use social worker to defend, but the skill description says you don't. So what is it, socialite? Yep. Okay, so it's going to be a socialite roll. And my socialite is at a 0, because of course it is. Yeah, this was a horrible roll. Let me see if I can show it to you. 4 minuses. That is the worst roll you can get. I am going to use my free invoke on Strange Woman doesn't exist to re-roll my dice. That wasn't much better. 3 minuses and a plus, so I'm at a -2. And yeah, oh geez. So I'm at a -2. She's at a 6. That's 8 shifts. So she's just going to take me out. She takes me out of the scene. And I have to admit, I have to take it that she and Tony are a thing now, which obviously I'm not happy about, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. I'm just going to have to do some more research, figure out what she is, and then I guess cross her off, which will be great for my relationship with my friend, right? All right. Okay, so that didn't work. And then I have to go back to Kay's house to try and figure out what to do about my house. I think I need to do a little bit more research about what to do about a ghost, because having a ghost occupy my house is not a good situation. And I'm really beat up. I'm really upset with what's going on with Tony. But there was no way I could absorb that many shifts, not without taking some serious consequences, which I wasn't willing to do right then. I'll have to do the hunter thing and figure things out a little bit more for our next confrontation, and hopefully things haven't gone too poorly with Tony in that time. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. I need to do some more research. In the prior mission, I figured out that you can banish ghosts, but I tried it and it obviously did not go very well for me. So I got to do something different. I got to research some more and figure out what makes this guy tick, because as you can see right here, I've got all the stats for him. Zap Hillman Electric Boogaloo. And in the game, I know nothing about this ghost, so I need to figure things out about them. But I think that that's enough for this experiment in solo RPG play. I'll go ahead and end this video and stitch it all together with everything else, and see what it looks like and see if it's something that I will want to continue doing. But anyway, thanks for watching. Maybe it was enjoyable. If it was, let me know. You can find me here on YouTube, or you can join me on Twitter at @shark_bone. And with that, I'll just say, have fun. Goodbye. See you later.